Hey everyone, welcome back once again to a new video. So in today's video, we'll learn how to create some interesting shapes. So later on, you can convert into very nice looking objects or products. So again, I'm going to use the same technique, the isometric technique. So let's first start with a uh, again square or rectangle. So then we'll convert this into a cuboid. So the technique is simple. Again, first as usual, we need a bounding box. So inside this, I will show you how can you actually create uh, some different, different shapes, 3D shapes. So right now you can see it's a normal cuboid. So now I will try to draw a small box inside the first box. So later on we can join, and so let me change the pen. So you can see I'm just going to create a square inside this, again means box inside this box. So initial the lines, the box is basically for the rough line. Now you can see I have these 4 points. So I'm going to connect this to the new small box. So you can see we will get a different kind of a trapezium shape. So like this, if you want to create a shape like one side narrow and one side thicker, you can convert this into a chair also. If you flip it towards the top side, then we can definitely create a very interesting shapes. Then again inside this you can also add a few more details. You can convert this into some other product as well. So this is just a part of how can you actually explore different shapes from the basic box. Now you can also add some depth. So it's up to you. We can add buttons, we can add cables or anything inside this to make a very interesting shape. Or if you want to convert into a product, like you can convert this into a pencil holder, charger or something. Okay, now a similar shape, but let's make it slightly vertical. I'm starting with the same kind of a square shape. Then let's make it slightly taller. So all these lines are parallel. So now on the center, I will again make a guideline, or if you want, you can make 2-3 lines also. So now we need to also draw the inside lines. So the guidelines. Now let's draw a square inside this. Slightly reduce all side the square size. Like leave the same size from all the corners. And now if you join this on the middle square or the shape, then you will get again a very interesting kind of a hourglass shape. Again it's right, like a geometric shape, but if you smooth it out, you will get a hourglass properly. So if you want to create a hourglass by using this technique, you can create very nice interesting hourglass shape. And further, if you want to add some more detailing, like if you want to create a box inside this or make it hollow or something, then definitely you can either, you can also add a circle or square, it's up to you. So I'm using these 2 pens. So one, generally I'm very comfortable with the ball pens, but to make it slightly look darker, I'm using the micron one for the final lines. So okay, now let's make it slightly again another shape. So again start with the base. cuboid, and by again add some line, like convert, like decide the shape, like either height, width or something. And now we can make the bottom part slightly the top part slightly narrow. So again I'm just adding a line, a guideline. So now if I connect this the bottom part to the top part, so all these lines are parallel, you can see. So this is the inside line, means the guideline that generally you don't see. But again, if you want to make your product hollow, so we need this line. So we call this construction line also. So now let's make the top part. So this is the final line. So the top is slightly narrow and I'm making the corner slightly smooth here. And now I will join the new shape to the bottom one. So the bottom is wider and the top is narrow, so you will get this diagonal look. So this is also very helpful if you want to make a phone holder or something. So again, if you want to add some thickness or if you want to make it hollow, so again you can add another bounding box inside this, the main front shape. So leave the same amount of space from all the side, so the thickness will remain same. And again you can make the inside border also slightly rounder, or again you can leave it sharp as well. Now to make it hollow, from this corner we need to add this inside line. This is the inside wall thickness and this is the depth. And again by adding some hatching line we can make the inside part slightly darker. Okay, you can also draw the switches and so many things like this. So hope you are you can like what I'm trying to say is from the basic shape, the boring shape, you can create a very interesting shape. And this is again not using any curve lines, using only straight lines, and just the basic just converting the basic cuboid into very interesting geometric shapes. Now if you ever see a sliding phone, nowadays nobody used it, but yeah, if you see there are kind of in two layers. So this is very easy. First again start with the base box, and again by adding some height or something. So again I'm converting this into cuboid kind of thing. Now I will make the front part slightly thinner. So by just adding a diagonal line, this one is easier than the rest three. So there is no much science in this. Just you need to make the other part also. You need to leave the same amount on the other side. So you can see you can make a phone, those keypad phones like this, and if you add some buttons or something. So I'm not making any final shape, but this is just how can you actually create some interesting shape. Later on you can convert those shapes or 3D shapes into a very cool looking product. So it's part of the shape exploration. So now let's make a slightly curved shape. So again if you want to add some curve lines or something, but clearly if you want to add curve lines, so it's better to practice curve lines separately before adding into your final objects. So see, again I'm starting with this straight box only. Now for curve lines we need slightly more guidelines. So if you use pencil or something, then use a lighter pencil for the guidelines and darker pencil for the final lines. So see, I'm making those two lines on the both side. So these two lines going to be again kind of parallel to each other, or if you draw the guidelines, so you need to make those lines accordingly. Now I will make the bottom part slightly thinner, so again you can convert this into a chair or something. So you can leave it straight, or if like I'm now slightly trying to make the bottom part slightly narrow. So see, there is another line. Now the other line going to be also parallel to the front one. So this side. And again, if you want to add some base or something, then add another cuboid on the bottom side. So this is how actually you can create so many lines, interesting shapes, and try to explore more and create like if you see some normal product that you see, maybe a spectacle or some bottles or something, try to create the same shape, from a cuboid. So actually, sometimes you can see some interesting handles, some bottles, jars, some switches, also plugs. Okay, so thank you so much. Hope you learned something. In next video we'll learn something more like related to product designing. So thank you so much. See you soon with a new video. Take care and goodbye.